What's going on, Jerome's? Justin freaking Jefferson is quickly, well, he already is, wide receiver one in the National Football League, the best, the creme de la creme, the alpha wide receiver one in the league. He really is. He's all the superlatives run out of him. He needs to be paid. He needs to be extended. He needs to stay in purple long time, all that stuff, right? But there is some concern because we need to find him his Robin to his Batman. And yes, KJ, stud, but in a contract year. Yes, TJ Hawkinson, stud in his fifth-year option. And the Vikings should extend TJ long-term, by the way. But finding that secondary wide receiver option is important. And also finding his quarterback of the future, because Kirk Cousins is going to be 35 and he can't do it forever. And also this appears to be the last dance with Kirk and the Vikings. And enter Adam Schein, NFL.com, fantastic columnist over there. He did up a list of the Josh Allen, Aaron Donald, the headline star players who need help from the 2023 NFL Draft. Also, shout out Jamie Erdahl, Good Morning Football, Minnesota native, doing the damn thing on the big stage. Love to see it, man. But this is what Adam Schein wrote about Justin freaking Jefferson. Jefferson's the best receiver in the game, and seeing how he's just 23 years young, the sky's the limit. We already reached the sky, but we'll get higher. 2K, JJ 2K coming up. Is Kirk Cousins the quarterback to maximize JJ's limitless potential? Well, he just enjoyed another Pro Bowl season, but I remain skeptical. And seeing how the Vikings are allowing the 34-year-old to head into a contract season without an extension, they do too. Vikings were exposed in their home playoff loss to the Giants. Clearly, Minnesota's horrendous defense was the biggest issue last season, but the Vikings need more offensive weapons around Jefferson, especially now that Adam Thielen's a Panther. Yeah. Unfortunately, Minnesota only has 5 draft picks, including just one, number 23 overall in the top 80. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, better choose wisely. And I like that he brought up the defense, where even though, yes, Jefferson, wide receiver one, but it would greatly help the team if this defense isn't giving up 24 points a game, just like they did last year in 11 of 18 contests, right? So having so much pressure on the offense to have to perform every single week, that's not great for a team game. But all these things, part and parcel, come together for the offense, whether it's finding the quarterback of the future, whether it's getting better protection, whether it's maintaining a solid run game to get play action, where Jefferson is fantastic coming off of, all that stuff. But, I mean, the most simplistic and straightforward is finding that wide receiver two. And for me, JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, is that wide receiver one. And, you know, there's even some talk now that a lot of teams around the league only have JSN as the first round graded receiver in this class. I don't necessarily buy that, but I understand it. And then, you know, the rest of the way. So it goes back and forth for me quite a bit, specifically for the Vikings. Some days I have Addison, some days I have Zay Flowers too. Sometimes it's Quentin Johnson. It sort of shuffles back and forth. But, you know, those guys I think make up a clear second tier behind JSN. And then I do love me some Josh Downs. Also, what's great about Josh Downs is that you watch his 2021 highlights, you see Ty Chandler doing the damn thing. Whew, that's right, man. Hyatt and Tillman coming in out of Tennessee. I think Tillman is 85 cents on the dollar of Quentin Johnson, and getting him in day 2 area versus Johnson in round 1 makes sense. Jaden Reed, I think Jaden Reed and Marvin Mims may be two of the better kept secrets in this draft. I think they're going to be studs. And then Tank Dell, Booty, Michael Wilson, BFW. There's so many damn good wide receivers in this class that the Vikings, of course, if one of them is there at 23 and that's the top guy on your board, go get him. But also, even though the Vikings don't draft again until 87 and then have, you know, a fistful of mid-round picks, I mean, there's still going to be several decent receivers in the 3, 4, 5, 6 range for the Vikings, which is great. But quarterback, so that's a more controversial one where, you know, the talk of the Vikings moving all the way up to 3, go getting their guy, or maybe Will Levis falls, or even just sticking and picking a 23, taking Hendon Hooker, maneuvering day 2 or early day 3, getting DTR. Jaron Hall at BYU is in the mix. Tyson Bagent, I think, is going to be the super sleeper this year, day 3. And then, you know, Jake Haener, everyone, of course, is looking for the next Brock Purdy. He could fit the bill. And then Tanner McKee is tall. That's it. But, yeah, finding the quarterback of the future is very important for Justin Jefferson. And, you know, Kwesi even pull back the curtain a little bit, that Jefferson was going to be involved to a degree when it comes to personnel decisions. So Jefferson, I'm sure, will have some say in who the potential future franchise quarterback is going to be. But also, absent that, just getting him a solid wide receiver too, even though, yes, I love me some JJ, but is he going to be here long term? Like, is he going to sign a second contract? Can the Vikings afford KJ if he blows up this year? TBD. So getting another young guy in the building. And some of these guys, by the way, are older than Jefferson. which is kind of hilarious. Tank Dell. But like I said, is what it is. So getting Jefferson some help makes all the sense in the world. And I agree. I agree with Adam Schein, what he's talking about here, that Justin Jefferson does need some help. He needs to find his Robin, and he needs to find his quarterback of the future. And I think he's going to get it. I think Kwesi is going to nail this draft. Also, I think the draft class from last year is going to start panning out. Jalen Naylor one time, so we'll see, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. NFL.com. Jefferson needs some help in the 2023 draft. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.